Hey, it's Chrissy from the Smith & Company Real Estate team. I'm here today to bring you a video about our favorite question from our first-time homebuyers. What are closing costs? How much are they going to cost me? And how do I figure out what closing costs they're going to be? We created this first-time homebuyer packet. It looks like this. If you have one, you can follow along with this video. If you don't, you can ask your agent for one. They'd be more than happy to give you one. So first-time homebuyers always ask us, what are my closing costs going to be? How do I figure them out? I want to know what numbers we're looking at here so that I know I can afford this house. And how much money do I bring to closing? So we always tell our first-time homebuyers the 4 people that you need to contact about what your closing costs are going to be your realtor. Your realtor is going to be able to tell you what your HOA fees are, HOA initiation fees, and your taxes, because you're going to pay prorated taxes at closing. The other 3 people involved in your closing costs are going to be your lender, your attorney, and your insurance company. So those companies and those people are going to be able to give you estimates on certain things. They're also going to be able to give you solid numbers, like the fees that they charge for certain things, like appraisals, lender fees, attorney fees, title searching, and etc., etc. There are a ton of fees involved with closing costs, and closing costs are separate from your down payment. That is a totally different number. So these are very important things to find out what your closing costs are going to be, so you know how much money to bring to closing, because we do not want to get to the closing table and you realize you don't have enough funds to cover this closing costs. So that is why we made this packet for our first-time home buyers, and I hope this video helps sort of iron out what closing costs are and what's involved with finding out how to find out how much they are. Another question that our first-time home buyers always have is, what is earnest money and why do I have to give it? So earnest money is typically about 1% of the purchase price of the home, and it's given in a form of a check, a money order, or a wire. And it's the buyer's good faith estimate saying to the seller, I'm serious about buying your home. And it's given when the contract is given. So it's the contract, the terms of the contract, and here's some money for the promise I would like to buy your home. That's what earnest money is, and that is also separate from closing costs. Another fee that first-time home buyers don't know about is utility deposits. When you're calling all these utility companies to change the name of these utilities are going to go into, you're going to call your electric, you're going to call your gas, and you're going to call your water. And when you transfer a utility into a new name, utility companies always ask for a deposit. So that's another fee that first-time home buyers don't necessarily know about, that we like to inform them on, so they're not surprised when it comes up. So in our informational packet that we give our first-time home buyers, on the very last page, we do something special for them. We give them a blank, well, it's not a blank, it's a filled-in sample settlement statement. So they can take some of the numbers that came from a sample settlement statement and plug in their own numbers and try to come up with the best overall number for what an approximate closing cost number would be for them. So this is a great way to give them as much information as possible, fill in all the blanks for them, all about closing costs, HOA fees, insurance, termites, all that stuff is in our first-time homebuyer packet. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks.